First thing is a clear goal. Obviously, at the Olympia, there's nothing more clear than a fucking goal. October 14th, 2024, competing at the Olympia in Las Vegas. Like, that's the goal. I gotta win the Olympia. But this thing that's always stuck with me, super cheesy, and I'm not gonna get into deep because my mom was the one who taught it to me, and you can find it online, but it's called SMART goals. It stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relatable, and time-based. So specific, you need a very specific goal, not just like, I wanna be strong. It's like, how strong do you wanna be? At what date do you wanna be strong? What lift? Do you wanna be explosive strong? Do you wanna be like power lifter strong? What are your specific goals? Measurable, obviously be able to measure it. Attainable has to be possible. Relatable has to be authentic to yourself, something you care about. Time-based, there has to be a time based on it.
Come on! Yes! Get it up!
Everybody at least wants to leave a mark in regards to that, something that identifies them, So with the going with Michael Jordan is everybody knows Michael Jordan because we know him for his competitiveness, So things that those people I looked up to and those posters you see of me, those are just different examples, I think it's good for, especially people coming up, is grabbing onto different people, grabbing onto, learning from different mindsets, like what goes through their minds, especially Tom Brady, guys like that were truly successful for a long, long time. The best of their sports, but why? Why were they the best of their sports? What did they do different than everybody else?
It's one thing to be hungry, it's another thing when you're starving. Starving for greatness and starving for success.
Let's go! Up!
Fucking bitch!
Yes, rush! That's right!
Sit! Sit!
Come on, dog.
Yes!
Don't give up on me.
Yes!
Don't you fucking give up on me.
Yes!
Yes! Come on, man!
Training to me is my drug. It's my fix. We see in our society, the vast majority of society, they work all week and they're looking forward towards the weekend, to spend their money that they make, and mainly it's usually because, they're a lot of it's towards addiction. I think humans as a whole have addicted personality, so they need to find a fix so that they can, get that fix, that temporary relief, that feeling of, those endorphins, and then they can, you know, come Monday they can get back on their shit, you know, get back on their grind, whatever. And so what we see in our society is that fix is usually, you know, drugs, recreational drugs, alcohol, sex, you know, things like that. And it's, you know, for us, it's, for me, that fix, that drug, you know, is the endorphins I get from training. So, you know, when we fulfill that, we get that happiness from our training, that fulfillment, so that we can be better, you know, be good people outside of training, you know, around us. I know if I didn't have my, you know, if I wasn't able to train, and it doesn't have to be at the, you know, necessarily at this degree with bodybuilding, but just in general, even in like 20 years, I'll still want to go to the gym a few times a week, get that feeling, feel good about myself, have self-confidence, you know, to carry that over to everything else we do as a father, as, you know, as a business owner, things like that. So to me, and like what I see with a lot of people is we training as a drug, it's a fix for people, and that's okay. You know, it's I look at that, I see it as a healthy fix. There's a lot worse things that people are doing out there, and you know, and it's only going to improve your health. It's only going to, you know, it's only going to help you in the long run, you know, prolong your life if you're doing it right. So it's interesting to see what people choose in their, you know, in their personal lives and how different they are. But you know, I love my lifestyle. I love how we, you know, how we do things, and that's how I describe it.
Yes! Okay!
Yes! Yes!
Come on, man!
Yes!
Come on!